What is going on, guys? I'm SMT here, and welcome back into the video. And today we're reacting to the game theorist FNAF Sister Location Decoded, FNAF 5 by MEGA-TRE. Now, warning, I've already seen the video, so this isn't much of a reaction, I would say. But I'm just being honest with you guys. I could lie and just say I have never seen the video before, but I have seen the video before. But I want to give my thoughts about it, okay? I want to give my thoughts and what I think about the theory. So it's still a reaction, but it's not a first-time reaction. Like it's not a review either. I don't know how to describe it. You know what I'm trying to say though. Like it's not like a first-time reaction, but it is still a reaction. But a lot of you, the reason why I'm doing this too is because originally I wasn't even going to do this, but so many people commented, do a reaction to the Sister Location video by MEGA-TRE. But, like, I already seen it, so people kept asking, so I'm like, okay, fine, I'll do it, but I've already seen it, though, so. But yeah, so I'll give my thoughts about it. Warning, before you get mad at me, I'm going to skip a lot in this video, okay? If you want to see the original video, go check out the description down below. Where you can watch the full video without it being paused, without it being skipped, without anything. Just a warning, because a lot of people yell at me when I do that. I am going to skip, I am going to pause, I am going to talk over this a lot. Alright? Just a warning. Not only is it to avoid A, infringing copyright, but B, it's also because I've already seen the majority of it. I don't feel like wasting 18 minutes and basically hearing the same thing over again. So let's watch.
It's been half a year, so let's do this.
Oh yeah.
Solve the secrets of FNAF Sister Location months before the game comes out. Hello, Internet. Welcome to
I don't know why he
Theory,
chose a different
today
music.
The goal is to solve the biggest gaming mystery of 2016 before it even exists.
Yeah, when Sister Location drops, man, it's gonna be like, the biggest, like, I feel like this is gonna be the biggest FNAF game, except for, with the exception of FNAF 3. That's I personally feel like this is gonna be bigger than FNAF 1. Well, actually, no. I'm talking about sequel-wise, like the game after FNAF 1. It's going to be bigger than FNAF 2, 4, and World. 3 is going to be a bit hard to top, but who knows? I think it's going to be the biggest FNAF game, though.
For once, I'm going to get the jump on you, Scott Cawthon, and here's how I'm going to do it.
All right.
We all know that Scott loves dropping little teaser hints on his site, but this time, he's tipped his hand a bit too far. Enough for me to get a solid theory going on a lot of key elements we'll see hidden throughout his newest installment, Sister Location. And we'll see.
Yeah, not gonna lie, Sister Location so far has honestly, I really hope Scott has something planned up his sleeve. Because right now, we currently, know a lot of shit about the game. So I hope there's something that we don't know about in the game still.
Some clues come from the teaser images and trailers themselves. The biggest revelations this time have come from the source code on Scott's website. So get ready for a comprehensive preview of what Scotty has in store, because by the end, we'll have looked more than just a mere hint of what's to come. It is a fully fledged story. So let's take this line by line. This first big chunk at the beginning starts off like a collection of letters and punctuation, but upon further inspection...
Alright, I'm not sure if you guys follow my FNAF channel, but I've already covered this long before MEGA-TRE's video came out. Mainly because MEGA-TRE isn't the one who figured this out. No offense to MEGA-TRE, he's smart, and there's things in this video that I've never seen anybody point out before, but MEGA-TRE did not create the whole scheduling theory. That was way before MEGA-TRE's video. I just wanted to point that out, though. And if you don't know what he's about to say, it's about to be about the how the scheduling of the animatronics are booked for certain dates. But yeah, I just want to point out that MEGA-TRE isn't actually the one who made that up. I'm not the one who made it up either. I know, cause I believe Pop Goes and I'm Smasher are two people that made them. I could be wrong. There are two people on the FNAF Reddit, I think, that made them.
and you can make out repeated numbering patterns and letter combinations representing days of the week. When pieced together, it becomes a schedule looking like this, listing out the days when certain animatronics are either available, booked, needed for a private party, or either in maintenance or needed for a matinee show. It's unclear which. It's also worth mentioning.
Or it could be used for somebody with the name Matt. Matt Pat? See what I'm getting at here? Okay, I'm joking.
Mentioning that 4 animatronics are specifically called out here: BBY for Baby, BAL for Ballora, and FTF for both Funtime Freddy and Funtime Foxy. Now, for those of you who don't follow every scrap of information about these games, let me explain. Reddit discovered that Scott had gone and copyrighted various names, presumably for these new animatronics, and here we see it being confirmed. More on some of these guys in a minute. The thing I want to call out first is that there's clearly a 5th animatronic in this schedule.
Hold up, I wanna go back real quick. All right, everybody for whatever reason always points out in the source code that because if you look down here, you could see Spring Bonnie and Springtrap Adventure version. Those are not in Sister Location. Everybody points that out. Like those, oh, that must be an Adventure Spring Bonnie and Adventure Springtrap are gonna be in Sister Location. No, they're in FNAF World. It literally, okay. The only characters you need to look at for Sister Location are all the way from Mini Arena right down here up to Baby. Those are the characters right now that were just added. All right, those are the characters for Sister Location. Okay, I just wanted to point that out.
Guys in a minute. The thing I want to call out first is that there's clearly a 5th animatronic in this schedule.
Enter.
05OOS, out of service. But who could this be?
Enter.
In the trailer, we only see 4 animatronics.
It's Enter.
Well, that's where this teaser image comes in. A few weeks ago, this image was up on Scott Games. A mask with glowing eyes and a tangle of wires, almost like tentacles, accompanied by this text. Quote, "There's a little bit of me in everybody," end quote. Notice the grammar here. It's not everybody, but
everybody.
This is our 5th animatronic, our out-of-service animatronic. I mean, look at it. This guy ain't being booked at any children's parties.
So basically, at this point, because again, I'm not going to be going over the entire video, but after this video, he basically says the puppet and that Ennard is somehow connected to the puppet, and that about like the criminal investigations and like where the game takes place is like a some sort of like testing facility, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, let's move on though, and we're gonna move on to where the video gets really interesting, which is around this part where he somehow connects it to the silver eyes, which this part I don't think anyone said before. So I'm giving Matt Pat full credit for this one.
And you can bet that they're not happy about it. But perhaps the most crucial detail hidden in the source code is the last line. A line that blows the door wide open on the story for this new game. Service log, maintenance, CO, or care of, AFTN Robotics. Afton Robotics. What the heck is that? It's a good question. If you're like 99% of the fan base and only know the games, this might not ring a bell. But if you happen to buy and then make it through all 500 pages of the Five Nights at Freddy's Silver Eyes novel, then that name sets off all sorts of alarms. You see, in the book, the Fredbear and Fazbear restaurants were founded by 2 men. The first is named Henry. He's the father of the main character and the creative half of the company. The one
Alright, so before he goes on with connecting things, the only problem I see about the Silver Eyes and FNAF Sister Location being connected is that, oh god, my jaw's starting to hurt. Sister Location would either have to be in the Silver Eyes universe, or it's not connected at all, because in the Silver Eyes, it's not the FNAF games, to put it simple. It's, the only place that exists in the Silver Eyes is FNAF 1 and Fredbear's. 2 places that only exist. Nothing else. There's no Springtrap. Someone dies in a Spring Bonnie suit, but there's no Springtrap. So yeah, there's no way it could connect to the game. So basically, the only 2 options, if it does connect to the Silver Eyes, is that Sister Location will have to be its own unique like story and have its own like there might be a Sister Location 2, Sister Location 3. So it'll either have to be connected to the Silver Eyes and be its own game series, or it will have to be a or it just will have to be a, like, it has to be that, or it's just not connected to Silver Eyes. It's either one of the two. It's either its own universe, or it's not connected to any of the, like, Silver Eye books. You know what I'm saying? It has to be one of the two.
Responsible for designing and building the robots that we all know and love. The other co-owner was, ready for this? William Afton, and he was in charge of the business side of the restaurants. Paperwork, taxes, things like that. So to see Afton Robotics in the source code teasing Sister Location is huge, because it means that the stories of Sister Location and Silver Eyes are linked. But get ready for this. Here's the bigger twist. By the end of the book, it's revealed that William Afton is what we fans of the game would know as the Purple Guy.
Thanks for the spoiler alert, Matt Pat.
Purple Guy
I'm joking.
is revealed. Afton is the one who kidnaps and kills children while wearing Fredbear-themed suits. His first victim is Henry's son Sammy, followed by 4 other kids whose souls eventually possess the infamous suits. So, through these source code teasers, not only has Scott confirmed that this new game will be tied to the lore of the book, but will be dealing with a robotics company founded by and named after the child-killing Purple Guy. Now that's already a huge mind blow, and I'm about to go further, but before I do, let's address the elephant in the room, the canonicity of the book.
Okay, I want to hear this part.
Silver Eyes under the assumption that Scott said it's not canon to the first 4 games, but that's not entirely true. If you read his entire statement, and I understand that it's hard for you, internet, since it's 3 whole paragraphs that aren't summarized with a TLDR line, he actually says, quote, "Sometimes the lore of something can become so crowded that you can't tell an original story anymore. The first 4 games and the books should be considered to be separate continuities, even if they do share many familiar elements. The book is canon just as the games are. That doesn't mean that they're intended to fit together like 2 puzzle pieces. The book is a reimagining of the Five Nights at Freddy's story," end quote. And this makes sense, right? The first 4 games were crushed under their own convoluted lore and fan.
All right, so I don't remember what Matt Pat said at this part, so I'm really interested to see this. Also, I'm gonna have to close off the video soon, by the way.
Base dedicated to making every new toe added to Foxy mean something. Now, I'm not saying that's a bad thing to have people enthusiastic about your story, but it does become limiting when you make continuity errors or want to do something new with these characters. And with the Five Nights at Freddy's movie coming ever closer, it becomes even more important. There needed to be room to insert actual characters into this story. You can't make a movie out of some pre-taped phone tutorials and silent furry monsters. Thus, enter Silver Eyes, which builds out new characters, new faces, and new stories that can be told in the setting of these games. So yeah, the separate canonicity of the book makes sense, but as Scott said, it's a reimagining, and obviously there's gonna be a lot of crossover, and based on that Afton clue we just saw, Sister Location is gonna be bridging the line more and more. So
okay, so basically,
Location is
so basically what Matt Pat's getting at here is that, and actually this might be true too, so I guess technically we have 3 options. A, Sister Location is going to be its own, like, oh my god, it's gonna be connected to the FNAF games, like 1, 2, 3, and 4. B, it's going to be connected to the Silver Eyes. Or it could just be its own thing. That's always a possibility. It could be its own story. You never know. So I wonder how that's gonna work out. But unfortunately, I'm going to have to end off the video here, guys. If you guys want to go check out the original video, I'll leave a link down in the description below. Yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. And thank you guys so much for watching. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, everyone. Bye-bye.